we are going to discuss about the anatomy and physiology of heart. And this is a basic structure of heart. And this heart have two sides. That is, this one is left side and this one is right side. And this left and right, note the left and right we are looking at, it is the left and right of the person. Okay. And this is the left side of the heart, means this is the left side of the person. Okay. And this is the left side of the heart. And this is the right side of the heart. Okay. This is the right side of the heart. And the both side is separated by a structure known as septum. This is the septum. Okay. This is the septum. And the right side of the heart contains blood from the body. Okay, blood up from the body. And the left side of the heart contains blood from the legs. Okay, so the right side contains blood from the body, and the right side of the heart have to pump this blood to lungs. And as I said before, this okay, this is right side and this is left side. Okay, the right side of the heart contains the blood from the body and it is lack of oxygen. And actually the heart supplies oxygenated blood to the body, and while it circulates throughout the body, the cells and organisms utilize this oxygen and for their function, and the when it return back to heart, it will become deoxygenated, means lack of oxygen. Okay, it will become deoxygenated. So the heart, right side of the heart have to pump to this or right side heart have to pump this to the lungs and to pick up the oxygen, and this become oxygenated blood, and this lungs pump this oxygenated blood back to the heart, and heart this pump this blood to the whole body. Okay, how this is how this circulation works. Okay, the deoxygenated blood from the upper part of the body travel through superior vena cava, and from the lower part of the body through inferior vena cava to the heart. From the upper part of the body through superior vena cava and the lower part of the body through inferior vena cava to the heart, and it drains in the top right side of the chamber that's situated in the top right side, and the top of the heart is heart, that is it drains to the right atrium. Okay, this blood from the superior and inferior vena cava drains into the right atrium, that the chamber located in the top right of the heart. And from this right atrium pumps this blood to right ventricle. This is right ventricle, that's second chamber, right ventricle, through a wall known as tricuspid wall. This is tricuspid wall. We will use the short form, tricuspid wall. And from the, what is the function of this tricuspid wall? Okay, as the function as like the function of a wall, it also act as same, like it to prevent the return backflow of the oxygen. That means it to prevent backflow of oxygen or blood from the right ventricle to the right atrium. Okay, and this right ventricle pump the blood to pulmonary artery, and this is the pulmonary artery. Okay, pulmonary artery. Okay, this right ventricle pump blood to pulmonary artery through a valve known as pulmonary valve. This is pulmonary valve. And the blood, this deoxygenated blood travels through this pulmonary artery and reach both lungs. Okay, this to one lung and this is to the another lung. Okay, this blood travels to lungs and then it becomes oxygenated, and this blood, okay, we will use the different, and the lungs pump the oxygenated blood to the next chamber of heart, that is left atrium, via pulmonary vein. This is pulmonary vein. Sorry. This is pulmonary vein. Okay. Actually, when we consider the whole body, the oxygenated blood travels through arteries and the deoxygenated blood travels through veins. But here is the thing is opposite. The deoxygenated blood travels through pulmonary artery and the oxygenated blood travels through pulmonary vein. Okay, just that this is opposite when considered the whole body. Okay, the lungs pump blood to the left atrium, and from this the left atrium pumps blood to the left ventricle. This is left ventricle. Okay, pumps blood to the left ventricle. Here is also one valve. This is known as mitral valve. Mitral valve or bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve. This is tricuspid valve, and this is bicuspid valve or mitral valve. Okay. Then this left ventricle pump blood to aorta. This big structure, this vessel is known as, blood vessel is known as aorta. Okay, aorta. Then here also, and this aorta through this aorta the oxygenated blood travels to whole the body. Okay, this aorta supplies oxygenated blood to the body, and thus here is also there is one valve. This valve is known as aortic valve. Aortic valve. Okay, I hope you understand this concept. Then for this pumping of the blood, okay, if the heart remains still, it will not cause any the blood will not goes like this. Okay, because there should be one action to pump this or for this function of this heart, and this function is then we are going to discuss about such two functions or actions, that is known as systole and diastole. Okay, this is right atrium, right ventricle, right ventricle, left ventricle, left atrium. Okay, when this ventricles relaxes, both right and left ventricle relaxes, it is known as systole. This is known as systole. Oh, it's very difficult. Okay, this is known as, when the left ventricles relaxes, it is known as, sorry, when the ventricle contract, it is known as systole. Very sorry. When the ventricle contract, it is known as systole. At that time, this both valve will be closed. Okay. And this valve will be closed. That is tricuspid valve and mitral valve will be closed. Okay. When ventricle contract, it pump blood to pulmonary artery and to aorta. The left ventricle pump blood to aorta. So at that time, this valve will be closed in order to prevent the backflow of the blood. This will, otherwise it will the blood will flow in the opposite side. It will cause backflow of the blood. So in order to prevent that, this both valve will be closed. And okay, then, and when the ventricles relaxes, this is right atrium, okay, left atrium, this is left ventricle, this is right ventricle. Okay. Okay. When this ventricles relaxes, it is known as diastole. When the ventricle relaxes, it is known as diastole. This is known as diastole. And at that time, actually it is the resting period of the ventricle. Okay. And it at that time, the both tricuspid and bicuspid valve will be open, because in order to facilitate the flow of the blood, and this two valve will be closed. That is, aortic valve and pulmonary valve will be closed, because in order to prevent the backflow of blood from pulmonary artery and backflow of blood from pulmonary vein. Okay. Otherwise, it will lead to backflow and okay, it will not function properly. The heart will not function properly. Okay, then this is how the diastole and systole happens. Okay. Then, as we all know that the whole body needs oxygenated blood to function properly. Like other organs, the heart also needs oxygenated blood to function, or the muscles of the heart also need oxygenated blood to function. So, in order to supply oxygenated blood to heart, there is one specific arteries. There are specific arteries. It is known as coronary arteries. Okay. It arises from the aorta. This is aorta. Okay. This is aorta, and it arises just above from the aortic valve. It arises just above the aortic valve. And there are two coronary arteries. Okay. This one is left coronary. Okay. Okay. Coronary artery, and this one is right coronary artery. This one is right coronary artery. And this right coronary artery supplies the right side and lower part of the heart. Okay. Right side and under the heart. Right side and under the heart. Okay. Then, this right coronary artery supplies oxygenated blood to one right atrium, then second one right ventricle, third one inferior aspect of left ventricle, inferior aspect of left ventricle, fourth one posterior septal area. What is septum? The structure separates right and left side of the heart and posterior septal area. Okay, thus right coronary artery supplies right atrium, right ventricle, inferior aspect of left ventricle, posterior aspect of left, posterior septal area. Okay, then this is right left coronary artery, and this left coronary artery branches into two. That is, one is circumflex artery. This is circumflex artery. This is circumflex artery, and this is anterior descending artery. Anterior descending anterior descending. Okay, this is circumflex artery. This circumflex artery supplies top, left and back of the heart. Top, left and back of the heart. Okay, and it supplies oxygenated blood to we can write here. Okay, circumflex artery supplies oxygenated blood to okay. First one, left atrium and left atrium and posterior aspect of left ventricle. Posterior aspect of left ventricle. Left ventricle. Okay, and this next branch is anterior descending artery. As its name suggests, it descends into the middle of the heart. This artery descends into middle of the heart. This is middle of the heart. Descent into middle of the heart, and it supplies oxygenated blood to first one, anterior aspect of left ventricle and septum. Okay, anterior aspect of left ventricle and septum. Okay, is it clear? Okay, this is how this coronary arteries supply. Okay, this coronary arteries there are two coronary artery, main coronary artery, that is left coronary artery and right coronary artery. The left coronary artery branches into two, that is circumflex artery and anterior descending artery. Okay, this is okay. Then we talk about the supply of oxygenated blood to the heart muscle. Supply of oxygenated blood for the heart muscle, and for all this we already said that there need beating of heart, okay, or certain actions to pump this blood. Okay, and for this pumping of the heart, it needs a coordinated, organized electrical activity. A coordinated, organized electrical activity or electrical impulse. Okay, then for that, then we can learn about how this impulse travels, how this impulse originated, or how this electrical impulse originated or created, like that. Okay, then first, okay, Okay. The first impulse is generated from the sinoatrial node. This is the starting. Okay. The electrical activity starts from the sinoatrial node, and it is the specific cardiac muscles. It is the a group of specialized cardiac muscles known as pacemaker cells. Cardiac muscle cells known as specialized cardiac muscle cells known as pacemaker cells, and SA node is known as the natural pacemaker of heart. Okay. SA node is known as the natural pacemaker of heart, or natural rhythm generator, or like that. Okay, because it generates impulse by itself. Okay. Then from this impulse or electrical impulse pass to the, this is right atrium. This is the left atrium. This is the left ventricle. This is the right one. Okay. We will choose another. Okay. Okay. This impulse pass through the atrium. Okay. Right atrium, and also this is, okay, the impulse pass through the right atrium, and also this impulse from the SA node pass to left atrium via Bachmann bundle. Bachmann bundle. Okay, we will use the short form, Bachmann bundle. Okay, this the impulse from the SA node to left atrium via specialized pathway, it is known as, or pathway, it is known as Bachmann's bundle. Okay, and this impulse generated by this SA node stimulate the myocytes, means muscle cells of the right and left atrium, and it leads to contraction of this right and left atrium. The myocytes, this impulse, electrical impulse, stimulate the myocytes of right and left atrium, and it leads to contraction of those chambers, right and left atrium. Okay. Then, okay. Then from this SA node, this impulse pass to AV node. This is the AV node. Okay. This is the AV node. Node. Okay. This is the, a minute. This is the AV node. Okay. This is the AV node. And from this AV node, the impulse pass through a specialized pathway. This is known as bundle of His. Bundle of His. Then this impulse pass through bundle of His. Okay. Then this impulse pass through bundle of His. Okay. Then this again separated into two branches. From this bundle of His, in the ventricle side, it is separated into two branches. One side is known as right bundle branch, right bundle branch, and the next one is left bundle branch. This one is left bundle branch. Okay. Then from this impulse pass through Purkinje fibers, small structures. Okay. This is small structures. From this bundle of his bundle of his, the impulse pass through left and right bundle branch, and from this impulse signals passes through Purkinje fibers. Okay, this is known as Purkinje fibers. This is Purkinje fibers, and this Purkinje fibers conduct or passes all this impulse to the whole right and left ventricle. This impulse carried to the whole left and right ventricle. This is Purkinje fibers. Okay, this is the pathway. The SA node creates an impulse. It is known as the natural pacemaker or rhythm generator. And from this SA node, the impulse passes to both the right and left atrium. And to the right atrium, left atrium, this impulse passes through Bachmann bundle, and from this, after this, from this SA node, this impulse passes through the AV node, atrioventricular node. From that, it passes through impulse travels through bundle of his. Then it branches into two, right bundle branch and left bundle branch, and it impulse passes through the travels to the Purkinje fibers, and Purkinje fibers carries all the impulse to the whole ventricle, and it leads to the contraction of the left ventricle. Okay, I forgot to say that. Okay, when the impulse conduct to the left ventricle or carry to the left ventricle, it as we said in the case of atrium, it will influence or it will leads to the contraction of the ventricles. Okay, this is how the conduction system in just forgot to change the title. Okay, this is how the conduction system in the heart function. Okay. And if there is, we heard about the condition that right bundle branch block, left bundle branch block. So it is the heart block. Okay, right bundle branch or left bundle branch block is the heart block due to some problems in this conduction system. Okay, this conduction, if it is conduction problem. Is there any impairment in the conduction of right bundle branch, it will cause right bundle branch block, and if it is in the left bundle branch, it will cause left bundle branch block. Okay, and this is how the conduction system in the heart works.